right? He loved this woman.
Yeah.
Everything's going fine. He's only 24 hours away from home. I don't know what sort of distance he's done, but he can't wait to get home. I know he talked with some woman in the car park to sort of give her the eye, and all the like the good times he's had with his missus go out the window. And I don't know.
That's the dangers of falling in love with a prostitute. What I like about it though is the fact that he's writing this to his ex-girlfriend. It's like talking about rubbing it in. Like just kissing her and getting off with her. We having a wild
Didn't take as long as Carl did explain it though. Yeah.
But did you hear the very end? Because he used to lose her because he said, and he can never go home again.
Yeah.
So even though he's got this new girlfriend and that, he can't see his old mates.
He has falling in love with her.
Can't see his old mates anymore, he said. He can't see his old mates anymore.
Yeah. It's a sobering lesson.
I'll tell you a song.
Next time you stop at the Granada services on the way back from, Swansea, be careful.
There was a song that was a bit like that by Jim Reeves, probably out about the same time, a little bit before, right? It was just called Just 100 Miles from Mary Ann, right? And it was him and his horse going through the snow, and he was turning
He stopped at a little chef.
Yeah, he fancied another donkey. No, but it's really sad. It used to make me cry when I was little, because he got there, right, and he wouldn't leave old Ben, the horse, and he dies in the snow, and then so he dies in the snow.
He's gone again. Now, I get the same way, teary-eyed, with two little boys.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that.
Why not?
It's just...
Do you think I'd leave you dying when there's room on this horse for two? Climb up here, Jack, we'll soon be flying back to the ranks so blue. It was just like when they were playing with the little horse's head when they were little, and he was a soldier, and he helped him, and he returned the favour in a war, which to me is a bigger favour than just letting him have a go on a hobby horse, but a lot braver, if last number one of the 60s as well. Christmas 1969.
And it's of course based on truth. That's a history lesson right there. It is based on fact. It is a famous person. I think it was
Cromwell.
Winston Churchill and Cromwell.
It's Winston Churchill and Cromwell.
Cromwell and Winston Churchill.
Yeah, they were both lived ages ago, so they lived at the same time. Literally ages ago, so they lived at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, that's it then.
Is it?
Yeah.
Were you listening to anything we were saying then, Carl? Did you understand any of that me and Steve
about someone who's got to carry on a horse?
Right, and what was about the stuff about Cromwell and Winston? What do you think that was about?
I missed that.
We're doing humour, we're doing a little bit of humour. It was a satire on you saying ages not being specific. Do you like that stuff we do?
Yeah. That's it then.
Just a cat looking out a window at a dead mouse or something. You can go, come here, and it's just looking at the mouse it could eat. You want to press the buttons and finish, don't you?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Play a record or?
No, that's it. It's ads and that's it.
Okay. Good night. Goodbye.
What a wonderful ending. That's the story when I was about.
Foo Fighters. All my life on XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant, and of course Carl Pilkington. Ooh, have we got a show for you today?
What have we got planned?
Loads of stuff, and 2 hours of it.
Right.
And all the records.
Well, specifically, what sort of stuff have you planned for us? Because I know you've been working hard.
What have you done?
I've been busy this week. I've been house hunting, I've been various things, but I know you've had the whole week off.
Right.
So what have you been up to?
Go on, Carl. Carl, tell them what we've got. Tell them what we've planned, all the stuff you've done.
What have you got?
But Rick, specifically, what have you come up with? Quick, because people are getting bored. Tell us what
I've come up with the music.
Right. Obviously we've already planned that. We planned that last week, so that's all done. But what have you yourself contributed to today's show?
I got a text message today from Ross Noble. You know Ross Noble, the comedian. It was on. I've got news for you.
Right.
He says, ask Carl if he woke up with ladies' boobs, would he just put a dress on and live as a lady, or would he just be a man but with these boobs?
Carl, it's a good question. I know that happened to Ross, so he's throwing that one out at you.
It did in a way, because he ate pizzas for a year, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He got a lovely pair of breasts. Yeah. Go on.
Probably just find a loose fitting jumper, go to the doctors.
What would you say to the doctor? How would you explain this phenomenon to the doctor? So you'd be happy with this because you believe in shite, like
no.
Go on.
But it can happen because I told you a couple of weeks ago how that can happen. How you can wake up with breasts if you're a fella. I told you.
Go on.
Haven't you remembered?
No. Funny that, isn't it? Go on.
Have you, Steve?
No, I don't remember this. Did you tell us on air?
Yeah. It can happen if you go to Argentina and have a steak. You can wake up with breasts. Because
I'm sure I'd have remembered
Carl,
that.
pull the other one. Look Look, he likes that. He likes that.
Is that what you've come up with Ben, this week? That joke?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Play a record. It's going to be a dynamite show.
Listen, look, I'm gonna play some classic tunes today. I'm gonna educate the youngsters, Steve. Right, now, you've all heard of Lou Reed, you've all heard of Velvet Underground, but, you know, have you heard of Venus in Furs, Carl?
Shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather.
Venus in Furs, Velvet Underground. What a great start. What a classic song.
They continue to sound fresh and contemporary.
Do you know what that song's about, Carl?
No.
M&S. M&S.
It's about M&S.
You know that?
Yeah.
You know the shop?
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
Whiplash, Smile, and all that, all the things you can get at Marks and Spencer's.
Shiny boots of leather.
Yeah. Being whipped.
Yeah. I think that's a new division they've opened.
Yeah, but we have got a great show lined up,
Have we? No, go on.
No, we have. No, because we've got Rockbusters coming up. The great new
looking
quiz.
forward to that.
That's made the press.
Has it?
Yeah. Frimley Tea Rooms newsletter mentioned it. We've also got
That's Carl's local, isn't it?
yeah. We've also got Educating Ricky, where Carl educates me. The one last week, a girl, right? She was deaf, and she was having an argument with her mum, and she pushed her and she hit her head, and then she can hear again.
Yeah.
Don't know what I learnt from that.
No.
It might be subliminal. Something might be going. It might be a metaphor that I will learn from.
Yeah, it's like a parable.
Yeah. So look at his face. We might as well be talking Dutch, mightn't we, Carl? Say something quick. It's radio.
I don't understand what you want from me.
Oh, we're only joking.
Alright, so educating Ricky, I've worked a bit harder this week. We've got some good stuff.
Okay.
I'll give you the
teaser headlines later.
Headlines in a bit.
Yeah.
So you've got Rockbusters as well.
Carl's having a bit of a stressful week because he thinks he's not appreciated because he gets in at what time do you get in? About 8 or 9, don't you?
Last week, I've been busy this week. I've been in at about 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and you've been leaving when?
About 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. You're in Saturday.
Yeah, I'm in now.
You get paid, don't you?
I'm busy at home.
A lot of people work late, Carl. A lot of people work 12-hour days.
Why are you busy at home, Carl? What are you up to?
Because we're trying to sort out a move. I've been trying to call around this morning to get someone to buy a futon and a table from me.
Yes. Well, we could put that appeal out now, couldn't we? If anyone wants to buy a futon or a table.
Just think, a futon that Carl Pilkington slept on.
How much you asking?
Whatever.
Well, you need
for
to
the two. You've got to take the two. I don't want like different people coming round and that.
Sure. Wasting
You've
your
got to
time.
buy a futon on a table.
It's quite specific, isn't it? Someone has to want a futon.
Yeah.
The specific futon you're
It's
selling
like
and
a
the
tea's
table.
made, isn't it? Alarm clock and tea maker. This is futon and table.
Looking for about 100 quid.
And it's good condition, the futon.
Yeah.
Right, no
Not dribbled
stains,
on it?
you haven't pissed
No.
yourself in the... no.
No,
Right.
nothing. And what kind of table? What sort of table are we talking? Are we talking like a table for a lounge, a dining table?
No, for like a computer and just something.
Have you got any drawers? Are there any drawers? There's no
No,
drawers.
it's just a nice wooden table.
Right, is it kind of
solid.
oak or is it sort of an IKEA sort of thing?
No, it's like oakish.
It's oakish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 100 quid.
The futon is just a mattress and the pallets. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. You see, you get cheap futons, don't you?
This is
But
a good one,
this
is
is
it?
a good one. It's
How much would that have retailed for when you
I
purchased
think
it?
I paid about $2.50 for
Right,
it.
so it's a bargain. for
Well,
people.
if you look at it,
And how long have you had it? How old
This
is
is
it?
a whole new strand.
Well,
isn't
I'm
it?
thinking
I
this
don't
is a
think it's
great-
legal. I don't think we should
I'll
use.
tell you what I'm interested in Rick, is just finding out a little bit about the sort of thing that Carl's got in his home, you know.
I'm interested in if people will phone up to spend £100 just to go round
Carl's house,
No,
yeah.
no, I won't be. No.
What?
No, they'll come here. I'll bring it to work, and they can pick it up here. Don't
I'm
worry
going to bring
about
a
it.
they can meet you.
futon and a table to work. Don't you ride a bike
So hold
to
on, we
work?
need someone with a van now.
Yeah.
So we need. Is anyone who wants to? But they're not allowed around your house. Can they meet you next door? Someone with a van.
Could they meet you in your street somewhere?
Hold on, could they meet you?
What if you-
Hold on, what about the little Chinese fellow that lives across the road, on the two bouncers and the old woman who's dead reading a book? Could you meet him
I've
somewhere?
got an idea. What about if you meet at the end of your street, you blindfold them, like they do when terrorists take the negotiator to the
Yeah.
so you know they could piece together maybe where you live
With
from the sounds and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But what about that, Carl? That seems a great idea.
Yeah.
And would you sign the futon for people? Do you think? Would you give them a little signature, or maybe at least a
Sign
bill
the
of
pallet,
purchase?
couldn't you? You could sign the pallet.
Yeah. Or I could try and get work to buy it off me, and then we give it away for Rockbusters.
Do you think they do that? Do you think they do that? I think they'd probably do it for Foxy with his
Yeah.
big.
Well, imagine
hog.
how big that would
Imagine
be.
if he wanted to sell his hog.
Yeah. That is a motorbike, isn't it?
yeah. So, he's been selling his hog for money for years, hasn't he? Oh dear.
So well, we'll see about that. So
if people are interested, maybe email ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you're interested in futon.
Buy Carl's futon competition. £100 ONO. Yeah? Yeah?
What gear have we got anyway?
I never knew what that meant. ONO. I thought it went sort of on the nose.
On the
nose.
Oh, that's good, yeah. Well, tell them what we got to give away, Steve.
So actually, I have to say, you've excelled yourself this week.
Richard Ashcroft's single coming up soon after this. Go on.
Since when have you taken to talking like that? It does amuse me.
Go on.
This is a nice little collection here. This is a 3 DVD set. David Attenborough's The Life of Birds, Trials of Life, and Life in the Freezer.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That's a selection of animal-based documentaries.
Yeah.
We've got...
What is best at?
Well, absolutely.
I hate when he goes off the ball and does, like, fast cars.
This is very, very good indeed. This is a best of David Bowie compilation.
It is a very good, it's a proper one, not the rubbish ones that no one else wanted. This is a brilliant compilation.
Yeah, it's got excellent selection on there. We've got this. Now this looks like a Madness. Oh no, it's far worse than we could possibly have imagined. It seems to be some kind of tie-in with the Our House Madness musical.
And it's a cast of 20 people who wanted to be singers.
It's tricky to find out. I can't figure out if it's the originals or not, but needless to say, if you're a Madness fan, I'm sure that'd be an absolute treat.
You love that.
Now, I know that,
Steve, I wouldn't mind that DVD collection myself, but I can't. It's the giveaways that, no, we can't.
I'm talking of great compilations. What about this? It's Country Legends. I'm seeing on the front there Glenn Campbell, we've got Dolly Parton, we've got, what do we call it? On the car, on the front.
What do we call it?
From a great performer. Yeah. Jake, whatchamacallit.
Oh, excellent.
Some great hits from him. So, that's there as well. That's same XFM compilation, again, easy to get hold of. If
the big one, the film that Carl picks every week. The big
DVD movie this week.
Don't go out tonight if you've got a DVD player and a television set, because you'll be staying in and watching this fantastic film.
It will tear your soul apart. It's Hellraiser. The original Hellraiser. Bear in mind, it has been on Channel 4 and Channel 5 and on most cable channels since it came out. But if you haven't seen it, if you're one of the only people who has not seen it, and of course you have to be over 18 to play, then you can win Hellraiser.
That is fantastic. Well, play a song, Carl. We'll come back to that. More great stuff.
Indeed. The competition coming up later. Email only, isn't it, Carl?
Yeah, absolutely.
Futon. Futon's still available.
Richard Ashcroft. Check the meaning. Well, Carl, you're chuffed, aren't you? So what's happened? What's just happened? Tell the listeners what's happened.
This has sparked you up a bit.
Steve's just called up. He's putting an offer for the futon on the table.
Yeah.
I think he definitely wanted it, but I said, look, think about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
But
you're not a hustler.
No, well, I'm not going to rush him into it, because once he's got it, he can't bring it back. I'm not messing about.
No.
So the bloke said, what sort of wood is it? Carl said, sort of like a light brown colour. He went, what, beach coloured? Carl went, depends what beach you're on. Which was nice.
You do understand there's a wood that's called beach.
Well, he's happy. He likes the sound of it. Nice plum cover. He's going to be.
Yeah.
Is Carl going? I go with Magnolia. You always mind. He's just going. I'll tell you what. Looked nice in your spare bedroom. It was like an episode of Change Rooms. It was like listening to an episode of Carl.
He did the deal in under 3 minutes. Wasn't it?
It was pretty good, didn't he?
He phoned it about halfway through in that song. So you worked pretty quick, Carl.
Yeah.
It's your Manx scally way.
I'm sure we're not allowed to do this though.
No, I think it's highly criminal.
Yeah.
Have you got anything?
Well, I'll tell you, I am moving shortly, so I mean, I might come in next week. I could have a couple of.
I threw away a desk the other day.
I gotta get rid of a bed, a chair, because I'm pretty tall. This is so pathetic. When I moved up to London, my dad said, well, you want to be careful, because the seating in a lot of these London pads, it's bad seating, really low back, it's fashionable, isn't it? Fashionable chairs and stuff. You're a big guy, 6'7", you need like a decent chair. We went to a shop, it was like a second-hand furniture shop, right? I bought this chair, very high-backed.
Why did you buy that? I bought a soda. I love that.
It's just a chair, so I could sit in my room and watch TV.
But was it a soft chair, or was it a wooden chair?
It was kind of like a sort of, well, let me explain, because it's kind of like an armchair, but it's kind of got wooden arms. So I get this chair, I bring it up to London, I'm thinking, this is a great chair, this is a wonderful chair. I'm going to be watching TV, everyone else is in agony. But I've got this lovely chair, right? And I brought it up, and someone went, they looked at it, they went, isn't that an orthopaedic chair? And I looked at it again, right, and I realised it's kind of white cleanable. It's made of some kind of fabric that allows you to just mop it down with a wet cloth.
Why?
Because I think it came from an old people's home.
Oh.
You know when you see, like, old people in some kind of social room in an old people's home, just
Yeah.
sat watching a little
Everything's
crappy old
dry
TV,
white.
and
Yeah.
you can wipe everything clean. It's one of those chairs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So if anyone's, maybe they've got an elderly
Didn't you keep
relative.
slipping off?
Just goes like, and it's also the most uncomfortable chair, because unless you've got chronic back pain, it's just the most uncomfortable chair. It makes you sit bolt upright, if not slightly forward.
You've done a good sell on it. I think either the phones are going mental. How much
maybe
do you want for that, Steve?
if you've had a recent accident, or you've got a disabled, or someone in the house who's just elderly, then you might want to get in touch. I'm happy to. You can take that off my hands for 25 quid.
This is so wrong.
25 quid, I'll take that. Maybe you're setting up an old people's home, you know, it's a little pet project.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of grant. We can have,
Exactly.
we can have, I mean, because though Steve's such a high flyer, I mean, if it really is a good cause, they just give it to you.
Well, let's not rush into anything, really. I like to assess each case, you know, individually.
Yeah,
But
sure,
certainly
sure.
if you are a charity, then I might go for 20 quid. You take it off my hands for 20 quid. But otherwise, 25. And I tell you, it's in good condition, because I haven't really sat on
5
it.
quid off if you really are.
You know, and there were some stains, I've wiped them clean.
yeah. Oh dear. Well, that's fantastic. So we've
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what we should resuscitate next week, Swap Shop. The multicoloured Swap Shop.
honestly, there's
It's a great format.
But there's a couple of things I've always wanted to get back at. Swap Shop is one of them, and the other one is great because it was like the people of their time. So you'd have like people like nowadays. You'd have Beckham and what's his name? It was a tennis player. It was
Rosetsky.
Yeah, and they have to compete. So all these people have to compete at each other's sports. And they have to choose 7 out of 10 sports. And there's a leaderboard, and there's a big final. Oh, Keegan came off his bike.
It's
Brian
not
Jacks
like
always
it's
used to win
knockout.
it. No, it's real sports.
proper sport.
Proper sports. It's 100 metres, tennis, weightlifting, all the real sports. You can't do your own sport.
Well, I know you're a pretty big guy now in British TV. You're a bit of a big shot. What do you reckon? Pull some strings?
Let's get it back on there.
Let's get it back on there.
Superstars.
Superstars, sounds fantastic.
Me, Johnny Vegas, Peter Kay. For the bigger fella, I think maybe. The comedy superstars. What we got next? We've got a bit of Springsteen, haven't we?
Let's play Springsteen. This is a track from his current album, The Rising. A lot of people think
Brilliant.
Bruce is a bit MOR, a bit middle of the road or whatever, but, you know, I just think, piss off.
Yeah.
I just think, screw you,
I
let's
just
play
think,
it.
yeah, get lost,
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Imagine this, you open top, caddy,
Yeah,
you're just
driving
going
across
around
country.
Route 66, you're going home maybe for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To see your folks.
just
Just turn up the radio, if you are.
Play the tune.
Probably
Colin.
not, though.
That just reminded me when I bought a... So stop it for a second. Just realised, when I brought a woman
Absolute
back,
shambles.
and she saw the orthopaedic chair.
Did
You bring a woman back to your pad, oh, it's embarrassing.
And the harness.
Yeah. Exactly, the trust.
Yeah, yeah. Don't forget, can you give me those 2 splints? I'm sorry? Those 2 splints there. Well, I've got to go. Have you?
Is this a potty under the bed? The Rising, title track from Bruce Springsteen's current album, The
Great track.
Rising. Yeah, it's a good tune.
Great, it's just that feeling of it's melancholy and uplifting. We've had quite an interactive show so far because we've got a call that Superstars is coming back. It's due to come back in the BBC schedules, which is great news. Apparently, was Steve Redgrave is one of them. I just don't think will professional footballers be allowed to take part these days, though. When they're on 50 grand a week, you can't really have them falling off bikes and their ankles, can
See
you?
McCaskill last night.
Yeah, I'm slippery thick glove, yeah.
Ian McCaskill.
Oh, he fell off his
I haven't
bike
been
about
watching
3 times, didn't he? Oh, did you see Celebrity Thick
No,
Glove?
I haven't seen it.
There was a great moment where they had to go into a thing called a bod pod, and you sit in it, and it's quite space age, and it analyses you, and it tells you percentage body fat. Now, I think men are meant to be about sort of 15 to 25% body fat. Women are meant to be about 20 to 30 body fat. And they all went in there, and it went in there and it said Ian McCaskill, and it came up 34% body fat or whatever, slightly overweight. I'm going to come to the 38% overweight. Then it went the other one 45% body fat, obese. Then it went Jono.
Did it say, I don't want to tell you?
Yeah. And then it went
One at a time.
50% body fat, very obese. Then Rick Waller was sat in there, and it came up 60% body fat. And I wanted it to come up slug. But it came up more, but it's 60, you are 60% fat.
So 60% of him is fat?
Yeah. 60% of his entire makeup.
That's extraordinary.
It is,
Well, you
yeah.
know my feelings about Waller.
Well, let's go on to it.
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
reason I
you
don't
know,
watch the show, actually.
I do feel a bit sorry for him. I mean, I think he is trying, although the fella there, thinks he's not trying. So I don't know who to believe, Steve.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
who to believe
yeah.
Waller, and he does get pains and that, and he is a bit...
The problem is, right, he does like his food,
Yeah, we all like our food.
but if he didn't do the exercise, he wouldn't be as hungry, and he might not get fat.
This is a whole new nutritional outlook.
Absolutely.
So you're saying, don't exercise and carry on eating, and that's interesting. Let me write that one down.